Chad Preet back in the building, baby. Flow Mashkaram and Flow Mistay, welcome back to the channel, future gods and goddesses. I am Uncle Makara, aka Zoom, aka Dr. Scripts, and we're back with another episode today, okay, of Primal Sutra. Primal Sutra is the philosophy, it's the doctrine that we must go back to ourselves, okay, in order to fully form and grow and evolve on this spiritual journey called life. L-I-F-E, okay? Learning Induced Flow Emulator. That is what you are in, and that is what you are a part of. If you are new to any of this stuff and you just need a practice to do, one practice to do each day, and you want to see the benefits, okay? You want to see the benefits of you activating into a flow state lifestyle and a mystical lifestyle where you're feeling and performing at your best, okay? That's been my mission, is to help people feel alive, feel connected, feel tapped into the moment, to the zone, not living in that zombie mode or that autopilot mode. If you want to speak about zombie mode, that was me this morning, okay? Because I did a very powerful ritual last night, a very powerful one, which actually, I think I sped up the timeline pretty fast because I was also listening to subliminals to, like, one listen would be like, you know, 100 years or something like that of listening to it. I really, like, amped it up, man, right? This is like some kind of a spiritual athleticism or prowess that you need in order to, like, push through and, like, maybe do a mantra 108 times, right? You need that mental prowess and that discipline to be able to break through, okay? But if you just focus on this one practice, I'm telling you, your life will change, because the number one issue is the mind, okay? The repression of the mind. All the stored gunk that's in your system is preventing you from having that clarity, that vision, that focus, that vajra, that vitality to move forward into the dimension that you truly prefer. Here's a mini science lesson, okay? I don't want to go too sciencey on you guys, bro sciencey more so, okay? You put the carbohydrates with the nitric oxides, then you can actually, shut up, dude. So we're pioneering this field, peak performance, shamanism, pleasure alchemy. You know the tech, okay? The Primal Sutra protocols. The tech is out there. Now what you will do with this tech, how you will use this tech is according to you and your own machine. Okay, machine learning. I mean, think about it. Technically, you are learning from a machine. You're probably watching this on your laptop or phone, right? So technically, it's machine learning. So anyway, we're in the future. This is the age of Aquarius, which means the age of information. But I think that information needs to be integrated for us to fully be our greatest selves. We can't let that information clog our memory. I honestly think that there is something called chi memory. I'm not too sure if this is a thing, but it is the basic knowingness that you have had different past lives and you are going to have similar future lives. You can see, as you look in the mirror, you can see all of the timelines just spread out. Enough of a build up, let's get right into it. So what do you want to do? You want to start off with breathing into your belly, into your sexual organs, okay? Why do you want to do this? Because you're tapping into that instinct, that medulla, okay, that connects from all the way from the top of your spine all the way down to the spinal cord to where, you know, it meets with the coccyx, the perineum, and so forth, right? It is connected through that. So as you breathe more into the lower portion of the body, we don't really use our lower bodies much in culture, okay? I sometimes even try to use my legs to get up off of the floor, because I sleep on the floor actually, and I know that may sound bizarre to some of you, but I live a stoic monk lifestyle, okay? I choose to do this because it is my life and I want to improve. I want to harden and toughen myself, not make myself so sissy, right? Not make myself into a weakling, but actually activate something within me. Feel that ancient primordial energy that's already harvesting the chi within me and my system. As you start doing this, you'll notice more of your energy going around the pelvic region, okay? Maybe you can even move the pelvis around. I like to sit on a yoga ball and actually feel what's happening, okay? So maybe it will activate my lower back. I can also lean back like this, open my mouth wide. Okay, as you practice doing this, and I want you to start hopping and shaking, okay? Primal hopping and primal shaking, okay? So, okay, you're letting out a little grunt or a moan, and you're allowing the energy to just come out and flow through you. Basically what you're doing is you're hijacking the neocortex, right? So we have a neocortex, which is basically our advanced brain, okay? Our computer brain. Logic, intellectual discussions, arithmetic, okay? That's what it's focused on. Logical step-by-step things, our advanced brain. But also, we have our cortex, okay? Which is more so associated with our emotional brain or our memories, our feeling of love or passion. And then we have the medulla, which is connected to through the spinal column and the autonomic nervous system. The medulla is associated with fighting, fleeing, freezing, and fucking. I guess also feeding, right? Food, yeah, hunger, drive, right? Sex drive and so forth. So this is our basal instincts, right? This is why we're breathing into the sexual organs, okay? We're opening up the repression, right? All the stuff that's been stored in the instinctual system as well as the cortex are being flushed out of the system. It now has somewhere to go. It has a dojo of its own in order to flush out all this nonsense residue or gunk that's been building up. I think this is the reason why we have a big mental health issue, because we aren't moving and shaking our bodies enough, right? We're stagnant and we are living sedentary lives in one place, in one cubicle, doing the same thing. Let's say that you're the type of person who works on the computer all the time, man. If that's mainly the portion of your work each day, you are not getting the exercise, you're not getting the movement. You could even be, you could be doing desk exercises, right? Little stretches as you're working, but you're not even doing that. You're letting yourself stagnate to the point where you have to force yourself to move, right? And this is actually most people's lives. Why do you think most people are struggling with these two issues? Love and sex. Why is that such a big issue nowadays, right? It's the human connection. The cortex isn't creating that love. The medulla cannot access your instincts. How do you create that seductive instinct if you're tapping yourself away from it and using only your neocortex? I need my checklist. I need my organized planner. I need my, all of this. And yes, that brain has helped you survive. It's our most advanced brain. And so obviously it's helped you along in your life, but that does not mean you disrespect the parts of your brain that are there for your survival, for your protection. Okay? Why don't you allow yourself to feel these repressed emotions of anger, right? Of fury, of sex, of wrath, this kind of unconscious appetite you might have. It's the context that you're in. Okay? Preparing yourself for the challenges that life has to give you. You let your active challenges override the passive challenges life gives you. It's a passive challenge. You get stuck in traffic. Suddenly an emergency shows up out of the blue. Okay, someone got ill or something like this, right? There's certain surprises that get thrown into the mix. And that is the time you need this practice, because it will help your survival, but it will also help you create a very strong brain overall, and it will flush out all the negativity from your system. I honestly think this can help with emotional outbursts or reactionary behaviors or things that are almost like a volcanic eruption. Like if someone is having panic episodes, anger episodes, stress episodes, all these different things, it's because of repression. Okay, you've stuck it in the body for so long that now it's like a nuclear reactor. It's ready to express itself. So depression, expression, right? It's not that reductionist, I know, and depression is an illness, but I just want to make that clarification, that difference. And I also want to make the difference that depression is not the same thing as sadness, right? Sadness is an emotional state that goes away. Depression, stands the test of time, but also what are you choosing to do in that time? A lot of people love these cop-out answers, right? One person is saying, oh, time will heal, man. Everything will be fine. No, it's what you choose to do in that time that will heal you. Is therapy by yourself making you befriend your shadow? Or are you becoming so caught up in the shadow that you're sinking in its abyss? You need to get back to self-control, man. You need to get back into mind control, man. Self-control leads to mind control. You tell the brain, no, stop, put down that junk food. Stop doing that pattern. It's unhealthy for you. You want to shake the patterns up. And this is this practice, 20 minutes a day. You give yourself just 20 minutes a day where you shake, you yell, you allow yourself to express, okay? Allow yourself to go wild with it. Sheesh, I didn't want to scare you guys with my light language, but yeah. There are workable steps to activating your energy source, okay? You have this thing called the brain, but you're barely tapping into it, and it's repressing all of your greatest gifts, actually. Your shadow is not only full of the bad shit that you're not willing to face, it's also full of a lot of good shit that is going to bring amazing things into your life, okay? So you're not only repressing the bad stuff, you're also repressing the possibility for good, because any kind of wound has a womb. Any kind of wound, any kind of pain has a rebirth possibility, has an opening. So you have to get real with yourself right now. So just try this practice out. Set a timer for 20 minutes. Play some music if you want to really tap into it. Make this a yogic practice too. See if you can stretch your body, move around, use levels, okay? Make it an interpretive dance. You already know that you're meant to be doing this practice, right? You already know you're meant to be doing it, but that, again, that's the neocortex. You're trying to rationalize this activity using logic. That's besides the point of the activity, guys. When do I do it? How come, should I do it with water or without water? Should I do it on an empty stomach or, yeah, so, okay, here's some basic rules, okay? Empty stomach, sure, that's great. You don't want to throw up, right? Shaking your body around and puking right after you eat something. That's pretty obvious, okay? Number two, yeah, you drink water, obviously, right? You're going to be moving around, so you need to flush the system out, especially if you're an athlete or doing something else besides that. You need at least 4 liters or something, right? So on top of that, you want to just drink lots of water, yeah. And if you're listening to a lot of binaurals and subliminals, they're going to dehydrate your brain even further. So yes, you need water. Water is the #1 brain fuel that I could give you. If I would give anybody a supplement, it's just drink more water, bro. Okay, yes, you'll be going to the bathroom more, but you need to flush this gunk out of your system. You need to start fresh, man. You get what I mean? If your stomach is feeling slightly bloated and you have like heartburn and like all these issues and your body mechanics are messed up, it's because of this repression stuff. It's the emotional gunk stuff, okay? You need to let that out of your body. You need that catharsis. You need that emotional release where you cry, you let it out. You don't keep hoarding this thing, thinking you're a stoic, that I'm hoarding all this within me. That makes me stronger, that I'm not going to express myself. You can express yourself, just don't do it in public in front of everybody, right? Don't be the goofball going, oh my God, right? Doing a TikTok video in the middle of Times Square. Like, fuck that guy, right? Go out into nature, go out into your own space, and introduce your dojo to yourself. This is a personal practice. This is you and the universe connecting and having the universe flush out all this gunk for you. The Gunk Flusher 4000, now available as you purchase any Primal Sutra product, okay? And again, you don't have to be a monk or a yogi to understand this stuff, right? You just have to be optimal. You have to be not just a thinker, but an activator, okay? And there's a difference between that. One person activates the energy, works with the energy that is already within them, allows the energy to transform itself, because that's what energy does, right? It's never destroyed or created. You're just transforming that energy. So whatever bad news you've read, you have an ability to transmute and release that, right? You can feel through that and really let it go. You have to practice letting go. And a lot of people don't practice letting go. What do they practice? Holding grudges, right? Keeping it all in the storage system. I won't forgive anybody. I'm the best. I cannot. And you let your ego, right, create this false version of you, and you become depressed and sad, and like, you know, you make it all about you, and instead of, man, there's other people on this planet too. I forgot, bro. That guy's having a way worse situation than me, and I'm over here complaining with my AC and my clean drinking water. Because we've been made so comfortable, so soft, like a fluffy little gummy bear or Care Bear, okay? We've taken away from our instinctual prowess, which again, it's already within you. You get that, right? You have a cortex, you have a medulla, and hey, maybe you're too animalistic, you're too in that fight or flight, and your medulla is just, you know, amping itself up with the sympathetic nervous system, and you do need maybe a little bit of logic or the rational mind to come in and help you, right? You want your brain to be connected. You want the neurons in your brain to form newer connections, right? That's neuroplasticity. That's what that is, okay? By the way, check out my book, Theatroplasticity Method, okay? That's on Amazon if you're ever curious about that. It's also the link in the description. Some people are thinking like, of course the modern day flow show would tell us to do these practices, right? Shake around like a crazy person. Think about it though. When you are frustrated, don't you feel like grunting? Like, ugh. Doesn't that feel good? Right? Some people are like, don't show me attitude. Don't show me so much emotion, right? Growing up, you're never allowed to emote or show any emotion or do anything like that, right? So it's like all that stuff is repressed and it's sitting there for you to express it. Once it is fully expressed, you fully like squeeze the juice of that emotion. It pops. And it's like the genie has been freed from the lamp. But this genie is your own mind. You've been locking this genie up and telling it instructions. Go do this right now and go do that right now. Instead of what? Befriending the genie. Understanding that it is part of my genie, us. Ooh. Slow motion this side, slow motion that side. You know what you're here to do, man? You're just here to dance and sing. Seriously. Seriously. You are here on this planet to dance. That's what your soul wants, right? Just wants to express itself and be free and be authentic. But it's like you're forcing yourself to create more urgency or agency towards yourself. Like, oh, it's almost an apocalypse, bro. Look at the state of the planet right now. Getting into this pessimistic haze instead of this delusional optimism that transforms lives. Govern yourself with the understanding that only you appreciate the efforts that it took for you to learn what you know. Don't chase that validation. Stop chasing that bag. Get into this one practice. I'm telling you, it's going to transform your life, okay? All you do, you just set a timer, 20 minutes, allow yourself to shake your body, okay? Breathe with your mouth open, bend your body around, get rid of the body's tension and the feeling of resistance in your body, the internal resistance, let it dissolve. There's a lot of great subconscious mandalas, as we like to call them. If you join our mystery school or the adepts program, you'll get access to all of that, okay? I hope you have an incredible day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. Let's get it today, upward spiral gang. May we never be the same again. Us. If you need any accountability on this practice, just shoot me a message. Let's get it. Us.